Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be doing another makeup tutorial. We are going to be doing a bronzed metallic-y makeup look. I love gold, I love bronze looks. I mean, obviously I'm golden myself, so I like anything that complements my melanin, which gold does for me. Definitely stay tuned if you'd like to see how I got this look. Keep on watching. Alright guys, we are barefaced. Let's get started. First thing that we're going to do is prime our face. I'm going to be using the Becca Ever Matte Poreless Priming Perfector. I will be using that. I just take a dime-sized amount and squeeze that onto the back of my hand, and I will spray my brush with Fix Plus Spray by MAC. Just a few spritz. Dabble that into the primer and just dab it all over my face. It may seem a little bit like counterintuitive to use a matte primer along with the Fix Plus because the Fix Plus gives more of a dewy finish, but I just like the matte look without looking too matte. Like, this primer can sometimes be very drying, so we are just going all over the face. Alright, so now that our primer is on, we're going to move on to foundation. I use the Born This Way foundation in the color Chai by Too Faced. Again, I take like one or maybe like 1.5 pumps. I don't like to overdo it with my foundation. And again, I'll put it on the back of my hand and use my brush. This is a kabuki style brush. It's by Morphe and Jaclyn Hill in their collection, in the face brush collection. But yeah, I just go with my foundation all over my face, buffing it into the skin. You see how I'm using circular motions to buff my foundation into my skin so that it looks the most natural. It's awkward when you have like kinkier edges and you're trying to preserve your layage of your edges, because then you don't want to like mess up the hairline too much with like using foundation on top of it, but you also want your foundation to blend seamlessly. So I will sometimes just like very lightly just tap in that area. Next, I'm going to set my foundation with the Laura Mercier translucent powder in medium deep. And I use a brush that is now half of a brush. It looks like this. The head is, I only have the head, the stem, I think, or the, what is it called? The holder, wow, get it together. The handle, I guess, right? Handle broke off, so this is what we're working with. Next, I'm gonna do my brows. I already have a tutorial on how I do my brows. It's pretty quick and simple. You can check in my videos for those, but I'm gonna skip ahead and do my brows off camera. Okay, so now that we've done our eyebrows, let's move on to the eyes. I'm going to first conceal my entire lid with the Studio Finish Concealer in NC45. So I'm going to put that all over my lid. Now I know we look crazy right now, but now I'm going to just use my finger to just blend it more into the skin. Now, next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take a really neutral color. I'm using the Tartelette Powder Force of Nature color in the Tartelette palette here. And putting that all over the lid. And this is going to form our base. You can be very liberal and messy with this. This is just going to form the base for our shadows. The idea behind this is that we're just the concealer acts as kind of like a tack for the eyeshadow to stick to. And so we're using that as our base and setting it the same way that we've set our foundation. You use a liquid and then you use a powder. We are doing that right now, setting it with this neutral shade that more or less matches my natural skin tone. Now we're going to be using a color called Brown Script from MAC as our transition shade. I'm taking a little bit more precise of a brush and just dabbing that, tapping off the excess, and going right into my lid here. And adding that little bit of color there. Okay, now in the crease, I'm going to use a slightly darker shade. I'm going to go in again with the Jaclyn Hill palette in this color down here. I will leave the names of these colors down below and use that in the crease area. I'm using again a more precise brush. It's got a tapered end to it, so I'm going to dabble that onto my brush, tap off the excess, and start forming a crease. Again, being very deliberate and just packing that color into this crease area. I'm bringing that color down into the lid slightly to create a bit of a V. All right, next I'm going to go in with a flat brush like this. I'm using my Naked palette, the color Smog, this like deep brown metallic color, and I'm gonna pack that into my lid. Being sure to stay below the crease. Like, you can use the Fix Plus spray if you want a more bold look. I'm taking it to about the midpoint of my eye here. Using the tapered brush that we used earlier, I'm going to go in with an even darker shade. I think I'm going to go in with both of these colors here at the bottom here, the Jaclyn Hill palette, this dark brown along with this deep purple. I'm going to combine those two colors and deepen up that crease. Going in windshield wiper motions, very small windshield wiper motions. Next, I'm going to add some color to our crease, not our crease, our inner corner. I'm using the color Sin in the Naked palette with the color Sidecar, so combining those two colors and adding that to a very small tapered brush like this, and just lightly adding that to the inner corner. I just do a circle motion like that. Next, I'm going to go and add some color to my lower lash line. I'm going to be using one of the shades that we've already used. This dark, it's kind of like a cross between a brown and a purple. It's definitely got purple or red undertones in it. But I'm going to use a pencil brush like this and just smudge it on the bottom lash line. Really, there's no precision when it comes to this. It's really just looking up and trying not to poke yourself in the eye. Next, I'm going to be going in with my black liner. This is MAC Smolder, and going in and darkening the lower lash line. I use my brush to pull my eye down so that I don't get finger marks on my cheeks. Next, I'm going to add spray, Fix Plus spray all over my face, and then go in with my highlight, and I'll show you why in a second. I'm going to let it dry a little bit, but before it dries completely, I want to, if I can find my brush. Where are you? Before it dries, I'm going to, the heck, use my Bobbi Brown Highlight in Moon Glow. It's a really pretty gold shade. Looks really good on darker complexions. And fill my brush up with that and add that to the tip of my nose as well as my cheeks. And I do that while my Fix Plus is still drying because it makes the highlight pop even more. On that Cupid's bow, give my Cupid's bow some love. And I go up top here on my forehead. I'm going in with the Better Than Sex mascara by Too Faced. That to my lashes. All right, next we are moving on. Woo, my hair. Wow, get it together, girl. Get your life. Next, we're gonna do the lips. I am going in with the Chestnut Lip Pencil by MAC. And just, I don't know if you guys can see, but, and lining my lips. Rub that in. Now I am going in with MAC in the shade Derriere. And filling that in. Okay, so this is the finished look. I hope that you guys liked it. I'm really kind of digging this. Like, I feel like, you know, a little bronzed goddess with the gold and metallic-y shades that we have going on here. I love it. I hope that you did too. I hope that you guys can take whatever tips you found helpful and do them in your own makeup routines. Let me know what you guys want to see. I do want to make more makeup tutorials for you guys, so if you like looks like this, definitely let me know. Leave a comment below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.